Cheerio everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going back to this channel's roots and talking about Helluva Boss again. Now, if you've been with my channel for a long time, you know that I have done two Helluva Boss videos so far, both of them criticizing certain aspects of the show. One was about a ship that I didn't like, and one was about the characterization of two characters that I wasn't too fond of either. But we're not going to be criticizing Helluva Boss today. Today, I'm actually going to be defending Helluva Boss. Yes, I know, I never thought I'd see this day either. Jokes aside, as much as I criticize Helluva Boss, I can also admit that it does some things right, and there are some critiques that people have of the show that are pretty stupid, to be honest. And I also have a problem with people just making things up or just making their own kind of headcanon, if you will, to kind of criticize the show. Kind of like what the guy we're talking about today is doing. But a quick public service announcement before we get into the video. We are at 93 subscribers. And that is a plane going by. Thank you all so much for the support. Thank you all for 93 subscribers. You guys are amazing. If you end up enjoying this content, please be sure to leave a like and even drop a subscribe if you want to. Help us get to that 100 subscriber mark. Usually I'd save this part for the end of the video, but I just felt like I had to say how much I appreciate all the love and support that you show in the channel. But yeah, that's really all I have to say on that for now, so let's get into the video. Now, Helluva Boss needs no introduction, but what does need an introduction is the fellow we're talking about today. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Justin Orvio. Justin Orvio, like myself, is a media commentary channel that talks about things such as Helluva Boss, indie animation, Squid Games, and for the most part I actually quite like his content. He's made some videos I agree with, had some points that I also agree with, but there's just one teeny tiny thing that this guy does that kind of rubs me the wrong way, and that is criticizing Helluva Boss by what I can only describe as making up his own headcanons to use that to criticize the show. And what I mean by that is it basically feels like he's just making stuff up in order to have a point to criticize Helluva Boss, which is not how you should review any kind of media, whether it be a movie, TV show, book series, whatever. And there's mainly a couple of things that he says in his videos that really irks me for some reason. And these are points surrounding the episodes Murder Family and Sinsmas. Murder Family being the first episode of season 1 and the Sinsmas being the 12th episode of season 2. So let me first start with his point on Murder Family. So to give the episode some context in case you haven't seen it, if you already have, please skip to this timestamp. For those of you who haven't seen it though, this is what happens in the episode. A teacher who is a victim of adultery and committed murder-suicide ends up in hell in the imp department, and essentially says that her husband cheated on her, which husband who she killed, but the woman that her husband was cheating on her with was left alive. But yeah, she survives, she becomes famous, she's seen as a hero, yada yada yada, and it's later found out that the whole family, including the children, are like cannibalistic murderers. And after a shit ton of chaos, the murder mother finally dies, and yeah, episode ends. Now you may be wondering, what does Justin Orvio have to say about this? So in his Sinsmas video, he tries to make this point of Blitzo having like double standards when it comes to the humans that he kills on Earth. And whilst I do agree with that overall point, the way he presents the evidence is kinda questionable to me. Like, for example, saying the murder family was innocent. No, not joking, the murder family. The family that murders people is innocent. I think it's just best if I just showed you what he said, so here we go.
Blitzo had no problem killing the wife just because the first client he ordered said to do so. He had zero issue killing this woman in front of her husband, her son, and her daughter.
Just a happy mother who just got out of the hospital. And I gotcha, bitch.
Are we actually killing a family?
No, don't be a puss. We're just killing a mother. We're ruining a family.
He had no second thoughts about killing this innocent woman who was a victim of being two-timed.
Okay then, we got some things to unpack here. The first point I can actually agree with him on. He had no problem killing this woman for cheating with the client's husband, but did have a big problem killing a man who allegedly cheated on his wife with another man. That part I can get, that kind of confused me as well. But the second part of that point where he said the woman was innocent and a victim of being two-timed, I just really can't wrap my head around. And I think he's also using the phrase two-timed wrong. The definition of two-time means to deceive someone you are having a relationship with by having a secret sexual relationship with someone else at the same time. Which, call me crazy, friend, but I don't think that's what she was a victim of. She was a victim of attempted murder. By definition, the teacher is the victim of being two-timed. And he also put in this caption about the woman recovering from a severe injury, therefore making the woman more sympathetic, I guess, and another reason why she shouldn't be killed. Which, like, I'm no medical expert, I'm no doctor, but she seems to be doing pretty damn fine to me. Doesn't really give off the recovering from a fatal injury vibe. Again, not a doctor, don't really know much about the medical field like that, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that she seems to be doing pretty damn fine there. If they really wanted to show that she was still recovering from the injury, they could have had, I don't know, like a bandage on her head, or maybe like a little limp to show that she's hurt or something like that. But we don't get any of that. We get her walking around using a shotgun, chasing after Blitz in the forest. Like, realistically, the last thing you want to be doing when recovering from an injury is running around and walking around. You should be like in bed or just sitting down recovering, but that's just me. But anyway, another thing that he says in one of his videos is this.
Not only did Martha not know the husband she was screwing was actually married, but Martha was in an open relationship, meaning her husband was okay with what she was doing.
Now that is a bold statement to say, my friends. Now honestly, the open relationship thing I can sort of see, since the husband in the episode didn't seem to have a problem with that. But the whole Martha didn't know that the man she was having intercourse with was married, that's a bit of a bold statement, my friend. Now, is there a chance that Martha didn't know that the man was married? Possibly, but there is also a chance that she did know that, which I can neither confirm nor deny this fact because it was never mentioned in the episode at all. But to present this as a legitimate fact and then use that to criticize the show's writing is just, yeah, you shouldn't really be doing that. Let's imagine this for a second, right? Picture a TV show that had a serial killer character in it, and we know nothing about this person. We don't know his backstory or anything like that. We don't know why he kills. Not to mention, he wasn't even that important of a character. All we know is that he goes around and kills people, and he gets reprimanded for in the show and gets sent to jail. And there is this detective character who caught that serial killer. Now imagine me trying to defend the serial killer by saying, oh, he had an abusive family, or he had a shitty life, even though we quite literally don't know anything about him other than the fact he was a serial killer, and he barely even appears in the show after that point. And then I use that to say that the writing is bad. You can't really criticize a character or the show's writing off the basis of a character that is not even meant to be a major character, just literally a one-off character. But this is quite tame compared to his other criticism of Blitzo's character, which I'm going to get into right now. So, for context, in the episode Sinsmas, there's this angry Karen-like character who hires Blitzo and Imp to kill her husband, who allegedly cheated on her. So we can't really confirm that the husband did cheat on the woman, because she herself quite literally said he probably cheated. Here's the clip for context.
Buddy!
You said you could kill someone immediately?
Oh, yes, we sure can.
Good, because it's Christmas.
It's sins, Miss Lady, get it right.
I can't stand the idea of my fucking ex-husband enjoying this sacred holiday with my daughters when he fucking left me for another man.
Oh, well, that sounds like something that can happen from time to time.
And he probably cheated on me.
Yeah, so that's what we're dealing with today. Justin Orio's take is quite interesting, to say the least.
Essentially met with a client who essentially wants them to kill their essentially ex-husband who basically cheated on them and essentially completely claimed custody of the very kid she birthed. Which, I mean, like, the way they try and, like, make her seem like she's so unreasonable or so demonized, like a Karen, like, again, it's really, like, not that, like, evil of a thing she's requesting. Like, her husband cheated on her, left her for another man, and when she died, immediately took all custody of the children and didn't let her side of the family see their kids ever. Like, not on Christmas, not on holidays.
Again, Justin Oreo, that is a very bold statement over a character that we barely even know. A character that quite literally just entered the scene. We don't know her backstory, and in fact we're not even meant to know her personally. She's just another client in the show. Not to mention, this lady barely gave them any information on her overall relationship with her ex-husband. So to just run with that and say that the ex-husband is this like absolute demon of a character, saying that the man definitely cheated on the woman when the woman herself even said,
And he probably cheated on me. And he probably cheated on me.
Yeah, the keyword there is probably, indicating that the woman doesn't even know if her husband cheated on her or not. Now, there is a slim chance that the husband probably did cheat on her. And I'm not defending that, alright? Don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to defend cheating on your partner, no matter how terrible they are. And also saying that the husband immediately took custody of her children after the woman died. Like the ex-husband's just this sinister villain twirling his mustache, just waiting for the day that this lady dies. The woman said nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, about the husband taking custody of her children immediately after she died. Like, how would the lady even know that her ex-husband did that immediately after she died? Like, that whole thing doesn't make sense. Like, she literally just died and has arrived in hell. I don't think she's gonna be up to date with what's going on in the living world unless she's seen it for herself before she died. And besides, even if he did cheat on the woman, like, it's still bad, but I wouldn't necessarily put it past him because this woman is just absolutely insufferable in the show. Based off her attitude, she doesn't really seem like a likable person to be around. That's probably why the man left her for another person. Because leaving someone for someone else and cheating on them are completely different things. Leaving someone for someone else implies that you fell in love with another person and left your current relationship to go and pursue that relationship. Cheating on someone is going behind your partner's back to have a relationship with someone else. And on the off chance he did cheat on this woman, then hey, that's a shitty thing to do. You shouldn't be doing that. But at the same time, I'm not exactly gonna feel sorry for the woman because she's most likely the reason why he had to resort to that in the first place. Like, I don't condone the cheating, but at the same time, you kind of brought it on yourself, because the woman's attitude is absolutely atrocious in the show. Not to mention, it's very much implied that she's homophobic as well.
Isn't that what this business does? He doesn't deserve to live that heinous lifestyle and poison my daughters with it.
So yeah, I don't exactly blame the ex-husband, for leaving or cheating on this woman, to be honest. Again, just want to make it abundantly clear, I know I've said this like 2 times, but considering people's attention span these days, I just have to make it clear one more time, I do not advocate for cheating, but at the same time, I'm not really going to blame them if their partner that they're currently with is a shitty person. Now, I would end the video here, but there is one more video I want to cover of his, where it's like the amount of clutching at straws to hate on the writing of the show is just ridiculous. So in this video, he covers and reviews the Helluva Boss short number 6 called Mission Bad Drive Zo. I hope I'm saying that right, but I'm not gonna explain the video here. I think it's pretty self-explanatory from the title, but go watch it for yourself if you'd like. I've seen the short myself, and I gotta say, it was okay. Like, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't really funny or anything, to be honest. It was just a fun little episode, and I kinda enjoyed it. And it's obvious that the video is not meant to be taken seriously whatsoever. But Justin Ovio, my god, man, just look at this.
So the main point is the moment where Blitzo gets cut off by a guy in a red Ferrari. Which then of course ensues a car chase, because in reality Blitzo's mad that he got cut off by a dude in a nice sports car. But again, it's pretty hard to villainize a dude who just cut you off when you, Blitzo, quite literally carelessly shot an innocent police officer who was doing his job.
Carelessly shot, you say? He carelessly shot you. If by carelessly you mean he accidentally shot the police officer.
Look! Right there, that's the same fucking spot I almost hit him. See, it's not my driving, it's the fucking thing he does.
Ah yes, Blitzo, how dare the person that you hit not be diligent enough to avoid your reckless driving.
The guy quite literally cut off Moxie and Blitz. And reckless driving? Like, at what point? Like, yeah, his driving got reckless when he started to chase the guy, but before that, it was quite steady.
We then have a scene where Blitzo is then dressed up as a supposed white man, which I'm assuming in this skit they're supposed to be mocking like white people or white men.
It's supposed to be a joke about Blitz struggling to blend in with the humans since he doesn't have a human disguise. I really doubt it's supposed to come off as them mocking white people.
I just think you're overreacting.
Which Blitzo then ignores and then tries to go into more instances of being a psychopathic, idiotic driver.
Blitz overreacting to the smallest things is quite literally his whole character.
Well, guess what? Haha, no shock. This heartwarming scene was instead wasted for a cheap joke about the father being an incestuous predator who waited for his son to turn 18 to have oral.
Get where?
My son, today is his 18th birthday.
All right, you see, sir?
I need to be the first one there to blow him!
Now, this is probably the only thing I'm gonna agree with this guy on in this video. Wasn't a fan of the whole incest joke, because 1, I don't really like jokes like that, and 2, I saw it coming from a mile away. As soon as Blitz said that, I was like, yep, that's how it's gonna be. That's how the episode's gonna end. And yes, I do think that Vivzy Pop does rely on gross out humor like that a little bit too much, which was the whole reason why he made the video. But other than that, the other things that he complains about are just kinda like, they're a bit straw graspy in my opinion. Like, he complains about Blitz being in character, he complains about Blitz accidentally killing a police officer. The guy straight up lies and says that Blitz was driving recklessly before the guy in the Ferrari even came into the picture. Like, the episode wasn't even meant to be taken that seriously. It's very obvious with the whole atmosphere. But Justin Ovio actually tried to dissect this as if it was like a genuine problem. Again, personally, I didn't find the episode funny, especially the incest joke, but like, it was an enjoyable episode that didn't really have any problems in it aside from the jokes, in my opinion anyway. So yeah, Justin Ovio, if you end up watching this video by chance, personally, I think you need to criticize things better, because this is not how you criticize a piece of media properly. Before I end the video, I just have to say, please don't go send any hate or harassment towards Justin Ovio. It's just unneeded. With that out the way, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, drop a subscribe if you're feeling generous. Also, feel free to leave a comment. Did you agree with me or did you agree with Justin Ovio? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you once again for 93 subscribers, and yep, that's really all I have to say. So, I'll see ya.